All right, so let's try day 18, and I can't promise that I will see it through if it takes forever because I'm tired and I'm kind of sick of all this. Um, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Settlers of the North Pole. Oh God, another one of these, huh? Okay, on the outskirts of the North Pole. So day 18, settlers.py. Okay, outskirts many of the collecting lumber 50 by 50. Each acre can be open ground trees or lumberyard. Take a scan. Your puzzle input. Strange magic is at work here. The landscape is entirely different. Exactly 1 minute. Open acre can fill with trees. Wood acre can convert to lumberyard. Lumberyard can be considered open ground. Change to each acre is based on entirely the context of the acres, as the number of open wooded lumberyard acres. Acre at the start of a minute. Just okay. So this is like Conway's game of life here. Acres on the edges might have fewer adjacent square. The missing acres are counted. In particular, an open acre will come with trees if 3 or more adjacent acres contained trees, otherwise nothing happens. An acre filled with trees will become a lumberyard if 3 or more adjacent acres. An acre containing a lumberyard will retain a lumberyard if it was adjacent to at least one other lumberyard and at least 1 acre containing trees. Otherwise, it becomes open. These changes happen across all acres simultaneously, each of them using the state of all acres, beginning the minute, changing their new form, blah, blah, blah. For example, suppose it is only 10 by 10 with this. After 10 minutes, there are 37, multiplying the number of wooded acres. Total resource value. Okay, so this is actually not hard, which is good. It's a welcome change. So let me just do the state. So raw equals this. That. So that's that, and it has some extra spaces. Maybe it doesn't. Okay, so def parse raw, which is a string, and it's going to return a list of strings, and it is literally going to return list line dot strip for line in raw dot split on new lines. Okay, and so let's say, and what are we calling this? Area. Area equals parse raw. So let's just check this out. Day 18 settlers, name list is not defined, that's fine. I didn't check to make sure my streaming is actually working. I should do that. And I'm live, so that's good. So from typing import list, run this, area is, let's make sure that looks right. That does look right. Okay, great. So now what I want to do is I want to say, and let me say area is a list of strings, and so I'll do this. Next area, which takes an area and returns an area. Okay. So what do I want to do? I want to say num rows is the length of the area, and num columns is the length of area 0. So that's fine. And now what I want to do is I want to say def neighbors I int j int, and it's going to return an iterator of strings. So let's import iterator. And what I want to do is I want to say for di in -1, 0, 1, and so I'm going to look at all its neighbors. For dj in -1, 0, 1, I2 equals I plus di, and J2 equals J plus dj. And so now I want to throw out if I need 0 is less than or equal to I2 is less than the number of rows, and 0 is less than or 0 is, so I don't want to go off the board is what I'm trying to prevent, is J2 is less than the number of columns, and I don't want to look at myself either, is not equal to IJ. So I got to be on the board, and so what I want to do is I just want to yield area I2 J2. So that'll give me the neighbors. And I also want from collections import counter. And so in addition to neighbors, what I want is I want to do def next acre I int j int, and that's going to return a string. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say counts equals counter of neighbors ij. So I'm just going to count up how many of the squares are surrounding me. And now I have 3 cases. An open acre, which is a period, will be filled with trees. So if, and let's say me equals area ij. So if me equals that, so I'm an open acre. If 3 or more adjacent acres contain trees. So if counts, and what's a tree? A tree is a pipe. If counts pipe is bigger than or equal to 3, so 3 or more acres contain trees, return trees. Otherwise, nothing happens, so I'll return empty again. Otherwise, if me equals an acre filled with trees from a lumber yard, if 3 or more adjacent acres are lumber yards, otherwise nothing happens. So it's possible this is going to end up being one of those thinking outside the system ones, that if count at a lumber yard is a pound, so an acre containing lumber yard if it's adjacent to at least one other, if 3 or more adjacent acres lumber yard, so if that is bigger than or equal to 3, return lumber yard. Otherwise, nothing happens, so I'll just return the pipe again. And then otherwise, I contain a lumber yard, right? I'll do this. Elif me equals this. So a lumber yard, if it was adjacent to at least one other lumber yard and at least 1 acre containing trees. So if counts this is bigger than 0 and counts pipe is bigger than 0, it will remain a lumber yard. Otherwise, it becomes open. And then otherwise, we'll raise an error, value error, unknown area me. Okay, so, and now all I need to do is I need to say return next area ij for j in range num columns for I in range num rows. Okay, so run this area next area list object is not right, it's actually next area function object is not subscriptable, right, next acre ij. Okay, so let me try this again. area, next area, area. Okay, so let's see if that looks right. After 1 minute, I have this thing up here, and then I have this little sideways T over here. So that looks right. Next area of that, and now I have these two going down there, and then that off to the side, and a bunch of things. So it looks like I'm doing the right thing. And after 10 minutes, so what will the total resource value? So def resource value. So I take an area, which is an area, and num minutes, which is an int, equals 10, and that's going to return an int. And so what I want to do is I want to say for whatever in range num minutes, area equals next area, area, and then I want to return number of wooded acres by number of lumber yards. So counts equals counter of acre for row in area for acre in row. So I just want to count those, and I want to return counts lumberyard times counts, and then I want to assert that resource value of that area and 10 equals 1147. So let's run that and see if it works. Okay, that works. So now let's get our puzzle input, and it's probably going to be something big. Actually, no, they said 50 by 50, so that's not that big. So this one is easy, which means it's an easy day, or it's going to be a really hard part 2. So day 18.text, do that, save it. And so now what I can do is I can say with open data day 18.text as f, raw equals f.read, and I'll just strip it for fun. And let's say area equals parse raw, and then print resource value area 10. So let us run this, and that says that says 1147, which was the same as the other one, which seems really surprising. And it is surprising because and why did it do that? Because something is getting redefined poorly. Let's try this again. Raw area. Let me try that, see if that does it. Nope. So something I'm doing is stupid. And what is it? What am I doing that's stupid? I'm doing something that's stupid. Print my area. So this is 10 by 10. Did I paste the wrong thing in the data? No, I did not. So if I do raw, so is there an error in my parsing code? There is an error in my parsing code. That is the problem. So stupid me. So this says 427961. So let's give it a shot. So right answer. Continue to part 2. What will the total resource value of the lumber collection be after this many minutes? So again, this is one of these things where like I said, they're going to make me go outside the system and run this a billion times. So if I do this a billion times, so what do I want to do? So signature of an area, which is an area, and it is going to return a string. And I just want to join C for row and area for C and row. So let's do for I in range 1,000, say. And I'm going to call this area again. So it's one of these jerky things. Scene equals this. For I in range 1,000. And let me even do 10,000. Scene I equals or no, sig equals signature of area. If sig in scene, print I scene sig and break. So I'm just looking for a repeat. And otherwise, scene sig equals I and area equals next area. So let's run this. And do I have import tqdm? I do. That's good. Import tqdm is like the progress bar library. So I will do this, so it tells me how fast it's going. And let's run this and see what happens. And it is running really slowly, and it's not finding repeats. Oh, it is finding repeats. Interesting. Okay, so so this is saying that. So now let me do this and just make sure that it really works like that. So it seems like once you get to 431, it'll repeat itself after 35 steps, and it'll repeat itself after 35 steps, it'll repeat itself after 35 steps, and every 35 steps, it repeats itself. So, so that's good. So what that means is print and let me say RV equals resource value of area. I scene sig RV. And let me just run this and see what happens. And now it's much slower because it's way slower because computing this thing is expensive. So I should not have done that. So let me go back and just run this again and check when it starts repeating itself. So this is like it's basically every 25, right? So 545 to 580, 540 to 575, and 50, that's actually 35. And that's 35. I counted wrong. That's 35, and that's 35. So here's what I want to do. So I want to keep subtracting 35. So this minus 35 times x equals, let's say, 500. So 35 times x equals 1 billion minus 500. So minus 500. I'm going to screw up this basic arithmetic, which is stupid of me, but I am. So there's that. And then I want to divide it by 35, I said. So that's this thing. And so 4 times 35 is that. And so so basically I have this, right? So 510. So it's basically saying that if I get to 510, so after 510 time steps, it should be the right answer. So let me do this. For I in tqdm.trange 510, area equals next area, and then print resource value of area. So what I'm saying is that after 510 steps, so if I go back up to, right, so when I get to 510, I'm already in this, this setup, right, where 510 is the same as 540 is the same, or 545, right. So 510 is the same as 545 is the same as everything, right? So if I take 510 and I add like a shit ton of 35s to it, so 510, let's just replace this, plus 35 times this many, I get to the 1 billion mark, right? So that says that if I'm repeating every 35, that whatever I have after 510 steps is correct. So let's just run this and see if it's the right answer. And that says 8814. So let's give it a shot. Huh, that copied something wrong. It's something is let me print it again because TQDM screws up everything. Okay, so it's 98814. That's not the right answer. Please wait about 1 minute before trying again. So why is that not the right answer? So let me do this. Sig equals what do I call that? Signature of area. And for I in range, let's say 510, 1,000, and I will do tqdm.trange of those. 510, 1,000, and I will do tqdm.trange of those. 510, 1,000, and I will do tqdm.trange of those. 510, 1,000, and I will do tqdm.trange of those. 510, 1,000, and I will do tqdm.trange of those. 510, 1,000, and I will do tqdm.trange of those. 510, 1,000, and I will do tqdm.trange of those. 510, 1,000, and I will do tqdm.trange of those. 510, 1,000, and I will do tqdm.trange of those. 510, 1,000, and I will do tqdm.trange of those. 510, 1,000, and I will do tqdm.trange of those. 510, 1,000, and I will do tqdm.trange of those. 510, 1,000, and I will do tqdm.trange of those. 510, 1,000, and I will do tqdm.trange of those. 510, 1,000, and I will do tqdm.trange of those. 510, 1,0 So I'll say area equals if signature of area equals sig, print I, and area equals next area of area. So let me run that. So first I'm going to go through the first 510, and then I'm going to remember it, and then I'm going to run through, and the printing is going to screw with my TQDM, but that's fine. So 965, and 1,000. So area, signature of area, and sig equals signature of area. That's true. And resource value of area is 98814. So, so what did I do wrong? And this could be one of those things where it's going to take me forever to figure it out. So did I copy this number wrong? That's one thing to watch out for. So that and that and that. So no. So that is 1 billion minutes. So that's right. And so let's say total equals this, and then assert that total minus 510 mod 35 equals 0. So let's so that's true. And it really seems like so let me just, I don't even need the TQDM. I'll just do that. So first I'm going to chug up to that 510. 580, 615, 650. So it's definitely I think I know what I did that was stupid. God, I think I did something really dumb, which is as follows. I did something, I think I did something really moronic. The lumber collection area is 50 acres by 50 acres, right? So the actually no, I didn't do anything stupid. I thought I hard-coded, I did do something stupid. I need to do resource value. Okay, I did something really dumb, which is as follows. My resource value function assumes that you're growing for another 10 minutes. But here I've basically said I want to know after 510 minutes exactly what the resource value is. So I basically need to do that, which is, okay, so I think I just made a really stupid mistake. And this says 103,970. Freaking TQDM. 103,970. So let me try that, and I think that's the right thing. And I think that was the dumb mistake that I made. That is the right answer. 1 gold star, close to fixing the time stream. You got rank 210 on the stars leaderboard. You've completed day 18. You can share. Okay. So this was actually, what time is it? 30 minutes. That's not too bad. So this was actually pretty simple. The key idea was, one, we need to be able to get the neighbors in a smart way. So I did it like that. Two, I need to count the neighbors and then generate basically who's my replacement based on that. And then just use like a double list comprehension to find the next state of the world. Three, this turned out to be a really stupid design to put this num minutes in here. I should have not done that because I ended up screwing myself later. Then again, this is one of those things where if you had tried to run this for actually a billion time steps, it would have never finished. So you had to think outside the system and say, let's look for it to repeat itself. And eventually it did. Once you got to 510, it repeats itself every 35. We just had to do some stupid like arithmetic to figure out if it repeats itself every 35, let's find something that differs from a billion by a multiple of 35 and figure that one out. And it's just 510. So, and then I made this really dumb mistake about not plugging in 0 there. So that's on me, and that's pretty stupid. So that worked, and so add data day 18, get add day 18 settlers, get commit.m day 18, get push. So that was relatively painless, which is how we like it. We don't like pain. So that's it for day 18. Let's refresh, and here it is. So, as always, you can find me on Twitter. You know how to find me on YouTube because you're watching me on YouTube. And if you find these valuable, you could kick into the Patreon, or you could not. Either way. So thanks for watching, and I will be back next time, which will probably be tomorrow, depending on how tired I am. So good night.